I mean, aren't you supposed
Hey
to
guys,
look like
I'm-
you're important doing something? Is that already
We're not
messed
supposed,
it
we're
up?
not supposed to make the noise
see.
though. They don't like
Okay.
the
What,
Hey guys, I'm PM Asher,
I'm Brad Loxton. Hi, everybody.
and we're here for our weekly Devstream.
Yes.
So we know we have a lot of new users in the game this week.
It's so exciting to have all these new users. It's been so much fun the last couple days.
Yeah. And so, it's like not just new users in the game, but new users on the stream too. So welcome all new people to our Trendy Entertainment Twitch.
Let the circus begin.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, we kind of have a schedule that we go through every week. Every week we do reveals of the new stuff that we're working on because we're early access, so we're always working on new stuff. And we also answer questions. So we answer questions live from the chat. I can already see the chat scrolling up and down, left and right. So we'll be answering questions from the chat. And then we also have a bunch of questions from the forums, which you might not get to all of, but we kind of use those in addition in case you can't make a stream and you really want something answered.
And every week I usually make whoever's hosting the live streams life a little more
Not even on every
difficult
week.
by messing with the format. And I like to. Butter says I am the best lightning round question answerer in all the dev streams. I think that's what you said.
So-
I never
Did
said
you
that.
say that?
Anyway, so as everyone's already getting to on the stream, that we do contests every week. Apparently everyone already knows without me even saying. So our contest this week is for Squire Boxers.
Whoa! It's in my Pineberry's birthday.
Oh man!
What? I didn't know that.
Happy birthday!
We gotta do something
Special
fun.
birthday stream. I told
We
you
should
we
give him
needed the
berries.
confetti.
We should make a little berry
Yeah,
like.
the confetti. All right, so we're gonna show you these delicious Squire Boxers on the screen in 1 second, and if you type in hashtag DD2, you will have a chance to win these. In addition to that, we have something
Squire,
extra.
are we sending them Squire boxers?
Not in the mail,
No?
but in their mailbox.
Okay. Wait, that doesn't. You said the same thing twice.
No, not in the
Not
physical
in their
real
mail,
world
but
mail,
in their
like
mail
in
show,
their
but
in-game
their
mailbox.
Okay.
Yeah. So you will be able to win these, and then we have an extra special giveaway that we're gonna start today for 1,000 gems in game.
Cool.
We're gonna do that at the half an hour mark in the middle of the stream. So
You could buy some
it's a lot of
Skeletons
gems.
with that.
Yeah, you could buy a couple Skeletons with that. So
I honestly just want to say Skeletons.
that was what they were called originally, actually, and then we're
I
like,
know,
all
Dan-
of our skins are called costumes.
Everyone knows him as Blacksmith. I still call him Dan. Dan wanted to call him Skeleskins, and that was like 2 dev streams ago where I couldn't articulate Skeleskins very well. I think there was an argument in the
I know,
stream
Kraith,
about how
I did promise Kraith to send him real life Squire Boxers from Amazon. But see, the thing is,
Only Kraith, you have to promise to send us a picture.
no, the thing is that I legitimately went to Amazon to find him. Like, you would not imagine how expensive heart boxers are. There was like $60 a pair of heart boxers.
It's male lingerie. Like that's
Yeah, it
everyone
was
wants
really-
the heart boxers.
It was incredible. I was expecting like $20. I was like, sure, I would love to send Kraith some heart boxers, but unfortunately, they were really expensive.
Yes. Are you saying that Kraith's not worth it?
No, I'm just saying that I don't think heart boxers are worth $60. I just refuse to give Amazon.
Hey, he'll
$60.
say he'll do a picture though. No, Pine Bears. It has to be a safe word picture. Yes, like
We have to be able to show it on the dev stream
That's
instead of
right.
the Squire picture.
That's
the
right.
Squire boxers.
I love. All right.
Maybe if
I
we-
bet you if
you'll
we
chip
took
in.
I bet you if we took a poll around the office.
We can all pitch in.
That's right. Enough people know Kraith that we could probably make that happen.
Okay, Kraith, we're gonna try to make it happen. It's gonna be an office pool. Put like a box and those Squire boxers.
Oh
for Kraith.
man, I love it. So we probably should talk about the game stuff a little bit. I imagine we have some cool stuff to go over today. I
Yeah,
think, right?
so first thing is an event. This is an event that you guys have, some of you have seen before.
That we just put together, maybe like just a
Yeah,
little bit.
so some of you guys have seen it before, and to the rest of you, it's brand new. A lot of Grace is very excited.
Very excited.
A lot of
Much excited.
A lot of people requested this event to come back actually after it ended because of the way we did it last time. So I think we learned.
We did it so well last time.
Yeah,
Everyone
so-
loved it.
So that is an
No.
understatement. But what we're doing is we're bringing Madwick back.
That's right.
This event
Hey,
is
look,
called-
someone already guessed it.
already guessed
See,
it. They know.
everyone says that I
Yeah,
get super
personally,
sarcastic on the streams, but the sarcasm worked. Someone figured out what we were talking about. It's great.
So Madwick is back. He's going to be here this week, and we're doing it differently this time. So instead of a random drop chance from enemies, there's going to be a specific incursion, which we'll announce tonight.
Yep.
And on that incursion,
We'll
the
announce
mini,
once Dan figures out which
Yeah.
incursion it's gonna be
yeah,
on.
the mini boss will always drop Madwick. So a lot of you guys will have a lot of Madwicks, and I don't know what you'll do with all of them. Maybe you'll get some more pet bag space to hold them all. But basically,
Aw, some
if
people
you
don't
guys,
want.
if you guys wanted Madwick,
Pixie
you'll
Bell?
get it.
What's
Yes, there's some other pets that we haven't put into events yet that
Oh.
are on the event list that we'll do in the future. But we thought this was a really good opportunity with all the new players, and to bring back was actually our first event since a lot of people haven't
Honestly,
had a chance to
sometimes,
get
and you guys are probably jealous, we see all the pets in the game in the dev build all the time. I forget sometimes which ones you guys have had and which one you don't. Yeah, I think this is, when we did the event the last time, we tried to do something we thought was going to be fun, and we definitely got feedback that maybe it wasn't as exciting as we wanted it to be. So we think that offering an opportunity where you can find it in specific content.
I think it was exciting. It just
wasn't exciting for the
just
person that tried to find it for 9 hours and couldn't get it.
Yeah, only for the people who didn't get it.
Well, that's not exciting. That's frustrating.
Depends on the bell curve.
That depends on the bell curve. You're right. There was a people that really liked it, and the ones that, anyways, it doesn't matter. We're gonna set it up so that it's something that you have to kind of look at and work for. There's gonna be a little bit of rand in like which mini boss comes in the incursion. We'll drop it. That's what I think we're talking about. But you can get it. You're gonna be able to play a couple incursion rounds. You're gonna see this thing. You're gonna get your Madwick egg, and we'll see how that works and get some feedback from you. And maybe do a different event around. Looks like everyone wants the Pixie one. Pixie Bell sometime in the near future. So, hooray for Pet Weekend.
Yeah, so I think, so that is our first kind of announcement about the game. I think...
Full Madwick.
Yeah, there's
Who
always
did Butter
cool
start this
hashtags.
whole thing, I think?
Well, full mast? I certainly did.
God.
So this is Dianec. This is going to be a weekend event.
Yeah, it's a
for
weekend
this
event.
weekend. So our next event we're going to talk about our multiple weeks long event. We're going to talk about at the end of the stream. That's part of Ascension Part 2. So you guys can spooky, scary. We got some cool stuff to show. So you can stay tuned till the end for that. I think with that, we want to talk about just how the game's been doing so far. So what's your impressions of switching? I know we announced the game. I'll give you guys a little history lesson. We originally announced the game as a MOBA.
That was a great idea.
Years and years and years
Everyone
ago.
loved it.
And we announced it as free to play, and we've always been intending to come out as free to play, and we're obviously not a MOBA anymore. And it's been a very long time since then, but it's a big, exciting. Oh man, I have a question I want to answer. Okay, I won't get distracted. It was a really big, exciting milestone for the whole team to finally be able to go free to play. I had a few issues here and there, but overall, the servers had stood up, which is a very far cry from where we were
Yeah,
years and years ago.
you were asking kind of. There was one thing we do these. It's funny is we have like all hand meetings. All hands where everyone gets around and we go through different things about the game, and then we do these things that Dan actually Blacksmith he started calling them small hands. Because it's not a full all hands hour plus long thing, it's a little bit shorter. So we were doing our small hands thing this morning, and we were talking about our back end services team. And we did run, I think some of you guys actually ran into this problem where you're getting that searching for session bug where the thing would pop up and disappear. And it was funny enough is that happened because there were too many people wanting to play too fast. We actually can spin up servers it takes about 5 minutes. Honest to God, it takes 5 minutes to go from a server not being there, a box that can run 30 instances to existing. And we had to put a certain number of servers up to preload them. People were joining at such a velocity that was faster every day that even though it took 5 minutes to spin up a 30 instance box, we couldn't keep up with the demand. So today we got really aggressive and put the number way higher than we had been.
Them higher.
We pre-spun enough to handle 10,000 concurrency in the very beginning of the day. And all those issues went away. But we haven't had a lot of connectivity mass problems. We've had a lot of people getting disconnected. We do have some rubber banding issues that we're working on. But it's been really exciting to see that stuff work. You have sometimes other launches that have problems for weeks just trying to keep everyone online, and it's been really. I think everyone's really proud of our back end team and how they've handled that. So it's been super exciting.
Oh man, I am Tonto is right. So we're almost at 400 people. I don't think that we've yet broken. A long time ago we broke 400 people, but I would be really excited. So guys, if you ask your friends to come on, we'd love to reach 400 people to the stream. That'd be insane. All the reveals are going to be at the end of the stream, so the last half an hour. So we'll let everyone come in and we'll start to do them. So it'll be really exciting.
I don't have to be here for all the fun stuff.
No.
You always take the fun stuff away from me.
I do. It's my secret.
What was it the last? It was like a couple months ago. You called me the harbinger of doom.
Yeah.
I had to give all the bad announcements and everything, and you got to tell everyone all the fun.
So we do get to talk a little bit about how many concurrents we've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
We have over 15,000 people playing.
Almost
the game
16.
Today.
We were right under. We were if 2 people had logged in, we were at 15,998.
I know.
We would have hit 16,000.
Too shy. And now that Steam charts rating on the top, it won't say 16,000 for today. Hopefully we'll hit it over the weekend, and we're really excited to see what happens there. But we really want to know what you guys think. So please start asking us questions. I know we got one question already about PS4, which is when's the next PS4 patch. I think we're actually submitting that
next week
here.
I'm probably so everyone who's new to the stream, I sometimes get in trouble, but not always, because I can sometimes sneak in things that maybe feel like, no, don't say that. But yeah, we're doing the PS4 patch is going to submission. If anyone's not familiar with the way these console games work, you have to submit to Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo before you can actually release the thing. So we're wrapping up the patch right now. We're hoping to submit next week, and honestly, it should be, if everything goes smoothly. Sometimes you have to fix some things and go through a few submissions, but if everything goes smoothly, we'll have a PS4 patch really soon. Hotfix 1, I think we're calling it. Or maybe there's a different marketing name. I'm not sure.
And so there's one fun announcement they have for there. We have the PlayStation version is behind the PC version, obviously, and
where are you going to talk about the thing that we are? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're slowly working.
Let's see what Phil says.
We're slowly working our way towards getting Loot and Survive and Wipe Again and out to our PlayStation users, which is going to be really exciting. But we did manage to sneak something from the current pill of the game into this
hoping
next hotfix.
that we can sneak something.
No, we did. It's been confirmed.
It's okay. Good.
But so we've snuck the skeleton skins in.
Skeleton.
So they're not called skeleton. There's skeleton costumes.
Yeah, there's 4.
We don't have skins in our game. They're costumes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep calling them skeletons.
Anyway,
I like that.
so we are going to be able to make those available to you guys in time for Halloween, which is super exciting.
If everything works out in the next 3 hours.
Oh man, 394. We're close to 400.
There's a meeting going on, right? It'll work out.
No, we're making the marketing image and everything.
Because making the okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're good.
It'll be good.
So speaking of the
You
skeleton
guys get to see all this is the real stuff that happens behind the scenes, where the door and the dude's like, wait, what do you mean?
Let's can we show everyone the skeleton skins really quick? And so these will be on PlayStation, and then also I want to talk a little bit about the Grave Danger costume pack that you guys have seen on the store right now. So kind of in celebration of Open Alpha and celebration of Ascension, we wanted to do kind of like a limited edition, really good deal on skins and gems. So this package right now, you basically get like twice your value for what you're purchasing. You get the Headless Horseman pet, you get the limited edition. Yeah, no, we're not showing the cool trailer. That's not done yet. We're just showing the skins.
Oh.
you get the 4 skeleton skins. You also get 3,000 gems, which is $30 worth of gems for $25, and a custom title, which is the Bone Collector title. So if you guys don't want currency, don't get the pack. If you guys want currency, it's just a really great way for the month of October to kind of pick up currency and a whole bunch of extra stuff. And the skeleton skins will only be on sale.
Sir Noric.
People do live on energy drinks and beer here.
It depends on yes. So for
he
everyone,
actually has a beer right behind the energy drink. You just can't. He doesn't. He should though. He wishes he does.
I really wish I did. I use energy drinks for it's like my spinach. It's like my super strength one. I have to be here early to patch.
You hate spinach.
I hate spinach. That's right. I like spinach and artichoke tip, but yeah, instead of spinach, I drink energy drinks.
So when we were on our PlayStation press tour in San Francisco, you know the food in San Francisco is different than the food in the South. So
gonna tell the story. Oh man!
So I got him a breakfast sandwich, and it was a delicious breakfast sandwich.
I am sure for what it was very, very delicious.
It was toast and an egg and
something
kale.
And yes,
and kale. It was delicious. It was amazing.
Absolutely
and I just saw him
disgusting.
Take a bite, and
I would love to
the
see
food just come out of his mouth. He hates kale that much.
How many people on this stream actually like warm spinach and kale? I imagine it's not that many. It was disgusting.
Was it a panini?
It was like a panini kind of sandwich, and I mean, the bread was good, and like kale is cancer. See, like it's just not. Oh my god, it's just not.
I want to see who likes kale.
I tried to finish the sandwich. I really did, and I couldn't do it. I was so hungry because they had to go into another interview with. I think it was a Polygon interview or something. And
apparently people don't like kale.
No, people don't like kale. I love San Francisco. It's one of my favorite cities. I think in San Francisco they like kale because they're really super healthy and like. But
the other day, Robbie and I made juice out of kale.
Yes,
beets.
Look at you and Robbie. Robbie is like a freaking like superhuman workout dude. He's one of our
It's
3D
delicious.
artists, by the way. And then you obviously are very well fit, and I
Aw,
like.
that's really sweet.
So you're saying
No,
only
I-
fit people like Cal?
No, I'm just saying you guys may be more
That explains a
predisposed.
lot. I like kale too.
Oh,
There
okay.
you
I
go.
pass Butters. Yeah.
Butters
see?
like, that's it.
I'm
That's
sorry.
why.
I like chicken wings.
That's why Popeye
I like
loves
nachos.
spinach.
I love
Was Popeye
guacamole.
sponsored by it? Anyways, okay, so
We're way
so
off
we
track.
talked about the Grave Danger costume pack. Now we do actually have one cool video clip to show.
I agree. I am Tonto. Bacon. See, bacon. If you get me a bacon sandwich, I would eat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
If it's
You
not
can
Bad
add,
to
bacon,
the
you can
bone.
add bacon to anything.
So-
really.
A
So,
bear sandwich.
Speaking of bacon, let's talk about pumpkins, which has nothing to do with bacon. And let's show a video of the new Huntress build weapon.
What was that segue?
I don't know.
Speaking of bacon, let's talk about pumpkin. All right.
Yeah, it's food.
It's food.
You say huntress?
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna let this loop for a little bit. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do the rest of the reveals at the end of the stream. Those are the really exciting ones.
I
But
get none of the fun.
but we did talk about this build weapon last time. I know there's a lot of you, a new of you here, so I wanted to explain what's coming out with Ascension Part 2.
Mm.
So
Can I
there's
be
going
here
to
for
be
the
4
build
new
weapon?
weapons.
Nice.
Yeah, you're here now.
Oh,
It's on
see,
already.
cool. I get some of the fun.
So there's 4 new weapons that are coming out. They're all really cool. They're all DPS centric builds, so they let you kind of create more powerful DPS
We're talking about the
heroes.
Huntress one.
And we're talking about the Huntress one today. And so the Huntress one, what it does is it turns people's heads into pumpkins.
Well, it puts
it
a
does
pumpkin.
more than that, but
Doesn't it put a pumpkin on their head or
It
over their head?
legitimately puts a pumpkin
Yeah.
on their head. Their head turns into like
The
a
pumpkining.
jack-o'-lantern. Yes. So it's a pumpkin bow. It turns their head into pumpkins. And when they die, whatever kills them, if it's not a melee hero, they'll explode. And the explosion will deal damage based on your hero damage.
Yep. One of the really
Hero
fun
power.
things though is that there's different types of pumpkins. There's a yellow one, a red one.
You know, that is a good question, Dragano. I do not know if Betsy's head turns into a pumpkin.
Oh my
But if
God.
it doesn't,
We can
it might
find
need
out.
to, and we need to investigate immediately.
That has to be it. So that's a good question. So, anyways, you have the pumpkin on your head, and one thing that we're trying here is, it's a really powerful bow on its own. It's gonna have really good DPS. The pumpkin explosion is gonna be good, and there's a lot of good potential for solo play. But we want to do an experiment where this bow has an interaction with other players. So if someone is pumpkined and a melee player hits them, they get different effects. And that's really, really cool. So I think you have I always
Exactly.
forget one of them.
So basically, it's kind of a dual thing. So, you know, if you're playing and the creature dies by some other non-melee player means, it'll explode and it'll deal damage based on your hero power. But if a melee player chooses to kill it instead, they will absorb the power of the pumpkin.
Yep.
And they'll get higher crit hit chance and crit hit damage and speed.
I think it's based on the
So-
type of pumpkin it is, the
Yeah,
color.
exactly. So-
Each pumpkin color does something different. So say you're a squire, you may want to get the crit hit chance, so you have a crit build, so you're trying to go for the pumpkins that have the crit hit chance version on top. So
Yeah, so it's going to be a really fun thing. There's 3 other weapons that are coming out with this Halloween event, which
Yeah.
we're going to be showing off soon. And they're all super exciting, so I'm
Yeah.
really glad for you guys to see them. Actually, I will say, though, that my favorite pumpkin-headed enemy is the Tier 3 Wyvern.
Oh really?
Because it's so tiny, it has its little tiny slinky wyvern
Mhm.
body, and then just this huge pumpkin head.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Cool, alright, I think they've seen enough pumpkins for the day.
I love the pumpkins.
Do you?
Yeah, man, that's really cool. I remember the design came across my desk, and at first I'm going, oh my gosh, implementing all the different combos are going to be kind of a trick for the time frame we're doing them in. And I started thinking about it, going, but you get to see everything pumpkin. I mean, imagine if you had this would be a fun game.
I'm gonna interrupt you.
300
We have
oh.
an important question. So Monster Duncan DT wants to know, is the bow a drop or does it cost real money? So nothing in Dungeon Defenders 2
Yeah.
that has gameplay costs real money. So with the event that's coming out, everything's free, and the pumpkin bow is actually going to be a drop in
Yeah.
the event as well as the other weapons.
Yeah, and to kind of like elaborate on that, I mean, first off, the second part, the drops are going to all come from the spooky maps, the new maps that we're doing,
Mhm.
and you'll have an opportunity, a really fun way to get the different drops. But I know there's a lot of new people that have joined the community recently, which is awesome, and we have a term we like to use, we call it ethical monetization. We actually borrowed it from the developers of Path of Exile, from Grinding Gears. They're friends of ours, and we share very similar monetization philosophies. So our goal is to never do anything that impacts gameplay loops or power or growth inside of money spent. So we don't even do boosts. So you can't boost your experience or boost your currency with spending money. We think that there should be opportunities for players to support us in the development of the game. They should be cosmetic. They could be convenience like inventory expansion. But we want everyone to be able to enjoy all the features of the game and feel like the progression that you earn. It's a loot-based game. All of that is just for playing. And we think that gives a better environment for free to play for the audience that's going to be excited about Dungeon Defenders 2. So
Yeah.
hopefully you like that. That so far has been really, really fun to do.
And I didn't want to cut you off on your speech, but we have another question.
Okay.
And this question is from 3D Pixels, who says, will there be more maps similar to the random funness of the King's game from TD1?
So there certainly will be maps with more randomization in there. I like talking about. Can I talk about the wave? Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things on our roadmap that we're working on down the road, and for new people, you might have heard some of these ideas. One of them we call Wave Director. It's a little bit down the road from us. It's not going to be like in the next month or so. But the idea is that when you're playing, the game actually adjusts dynamically what it's doing based on where you build things. So imagine, you're building ground attack stuff. Air is kind of light on wave 1, 2, and 3, and then on wave 4, it switches its strategy to do all air against you. If you're building on one side of the map, maybe it hits you really heavy on that map and then switches to the other side. It reacts to you kind of like a general commanding the army. So we want to create dynamic experiences like that. Once we get that system in, there's a lot of really cool game modes we can do. We can do like dynamic kobold rush mode or a whole bunch of cool stuff. And we think that can create a really compelling replayability experience. So we've built a prototype once. I think some of the defense counselors may remember that from a while ago. And we do plan to introduce that feature sometime later on in our development, maybe next year sometime. So.
Yeah. And then we have another question here from the Skull Kid 777. I don't know.
Not the Pumpkin Kid?
No, not the Pumpkin Kid. The Skull. Actually, there was a question earlier if you like pumpkin seeds,
I like pumpkin pie.
but not pumpkin seeds.
I
That
don't-
was the
Who
question.
doesn't like pumpkin?
Everyone loves
I
pumpkin.
honestly don't know if I've had like just raw pumpkin seeds before.
No, you don't eat them raw. You like
You
put them
toast
on.
them.
You toast them.
Oh yeah.
You like they're good.
I honestly don't think I've done that.
To make you some.
Okay.
All right,
Pumpkin
cool.
seeds
So
are
Brad's gonna try pumpkin seeds, and we'll get back to you.
I'm sure it's better than kale. Not as good as
You
bacon.
can probably make like.
Not as good as bacon.
So I've made like kale butternut squash like quesadillas before.
What was
You
the other
can
guy's
probably-
question?
Anyway, so the other guy's question is basically about score. He wants to know if we're going to be adding,
Oh, yes.
being able to, if the cores don't take damage, get the score and those kind of things.
Yes.
So yes, that is definitely.
Yeah. So some of you have probably noticed that when you're Butters, that's too bad. You may have noticed sometimes when you're playing, you'll see this little like shing swirly thing. We call those things feats. Right now, feats don't have as much purpose in the game as we want them to be, and basically, we're working on a system called badges, and badges are another modifier that we can use for score. So you get feats multiple times in a game. You get badges one time in a game. Like imagine, beat wave 2 without cores taking any damage could be a badge or something. And we take both of these things together. We use them as score multipliers against the base amount of score that you would get, and then also we have a really cool, hopefully compelling, exciting score system. And our goal when that's all done is then to add some cool leaderboard stuff for you guys. So that's actually
P2632 for winning.
Oh, cool. So that's actually in our roadmap right now. We've been working on the designs for it actually right now. We have a review scheduled sometime in the next week or so to go over the badges and the initial score design, and we're going to probably start working on implementation here maybe the next couple months. It's still a pretty big system, so we want to try to get a good solid first pass on it, but we think score adds a cool way for people to maybe be a little competitive inside of a co-op game. You're still working with your teammates, but you can go, hey, I got this score, you got that score, and we have some cool ideas for how you may do that. Maybe even guilds.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe.
So
some cool stuff there.
Another announcement. So guys, it's almost time for the really big prize pack that we're giving away. So this is a new thing we're going to be doing in the middle of our dev streams every Friday.
That was someone that asked a question and the gem spam was just like, nope, and that question is gone.
The prize is 1,000.
Yeah, so this prize is for 1,000 gems. We're going to be doing it right at the half an hour mark. All you have to do is follow the channel and have typed in hashtag DD2. You'll be entered to win. Hashtag gems, I do not believe it enters you in the contest, but I love seeing it scrolling up and down
Yeah, it's just
on
kind
the
of fun.
screen. I think they're trying to trick people. Like maybe if people enter the channel and they only see hashtag gems and they don't see hashtag DD2, that they'll put that in and so they don't have a chance. I don't know. But we'll see. So it'll be really exciting, and I can't wait to announce who wins. And I think it's something that'll be fun to do every dev stream.
Josh is
Josh is
putting
like,
up
I win.
Well, he's putting up hashtag gems too. I don't think he can win it.
Yeah. Alright, so we have a question here from RM Legion who says, do you really think the hero deck is necessary? In DD1 I really love playing solo with like all 8 of my heroes. I feel it really hurts solo players.
Yeah. So I'll say a couple of different comments about the hero deck. It's been a very popular topic in our forums and our dev streams, and there's some reasons why we added the hero deck. A lot of it was we wanted to make the cooperative experience a little more, hopefully a little more engaging for everybody involved. We had feedback from DD1 where when you're playing a multiplayer game with 4 people, one person would come in with 20 heroes all perfectly built and just like they have everything. And we wanted to solve some balance challenges that are around being able to bring every single thing into one match, and we also wanted to solve some kind of griefing type challenges where people didn't have to make tactical decisions; they could just bring everything and kind of control.
Oh wait,
the game.
apparently hashtag
But
jokes is the right keyword.
Oh,
I
you're messing with
apologize.
people.
I'm messing with people.
So that was kind of the reason why we added the hero deck, and we've been evolving it and updating it over time. We added another deck slot. We added the multiplier for experience growth. We're about to put out a survey, and I assume you can probably comment on when that survey is going to go out. We're about to put out a survey to gather survey feedback on the hero deck because it's been a very hot topic inside the community. We are committed to making changes to it. We don't think it's exactly the best place. We may do things like hero deck functions differently from solo play versus multiplayer. We may do things like adjust the number of hero deck slots that are available. We may do something that's completely none of those. We right now don't plan to remove it. I know a lot of people have been advocating for removing it. That's not completely off the table. We're trying to work the feature to make it engaging and still facilitate, make it fun and fair and still facilitate its original purpose. So we're going to walk that through with you guys and have conversations. You'll see maybe an influence vote will come about it in the future. Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are also getting a sneak peek right now at one of the new skins that will be coming out on October 27th.
Which
it's
one?
our most expensive skin to date. It's kind of has
This is
all the stops pulled out.
We showed this one.
We've showed it off, but a lot of people haven't seen
Everyone
it yet.
like lost their
This is the Dark Arts Apprentice. Do you want to show Monobomb with him really quick?
Much fun.
Yeah, I'll show you guys as a
I
custom
love this
Monobomb
skin.
ability. It looks really cool.
This skin
This is
made
the
me
best
like,
skin.
oh my gosh. I think I told this in the last dev stream when I saw this skin. It was just so freaking cool.
Alright, so before you leave, you have 2 minutes left. Hopefully we'll hit 400 viewers. We're going to do as many questions as we can get through in 2 minutes, so we'll have to answer them quickly. So, will you give us the ability to toggle the visibility of loot, or is the pro way to pick
Yes,
up the final
his
solution?
mouth may be sewn shut. You'll have to look at the skin to.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's just so freaking cool. Like
Question.
I love the flaming arm.
You're not
thing.
even going to get one question.
Oh,
answered.
I know, but I always like talking to people and find me on the forums. I'll chat with you there.
Will you give us the ability to toggle the visibility of loot, or is pro way of auto collect the only thing we're going to do?
It is not the only thing we're going to do. If we allow you to toggle the visibility of loot or not, we don't know. There's been a lot of discussion about making adjustments to the light beams. We've talked about maybe removing light beams from the lower tiered loot so that you don't see as much clutter from like the lower tiered first and second tier. We've talked about adding some maybe dynamic scaling in so that you don't see it at certain distances. We like the loot beam concept. We think it looks really cool. We also, and I should say this, some people, I mentioned this at the forum, and I know Dan has talked about this before, the current loot drop rate is higher than we want it to be. We did an event a while ago called Loot Cave 2.0, and the goal was to put a lot more loot out there to see how people reacted as we work on a better system to funnel RNG, so you get better collections of stats together as opposed to pure RNG, which we have right now, which is taking us a little while to work out all the kinks and try to balance it. So after the Loot Cave 2.0 event finished, everyone was like, hey, leave this on until you can do that, because the randomness really makes it difficult to
we had
find good
400
upgrades.
viewers. We're at
Oh,
400.
cool.
Yay.
Yeah. So right now the loot is dropping way more aggressively than we probably want it to be at the end. But we're doing that to help compensate for the randomness we have in. So in the near future, hopefully, I know there's actually designs already in place for them where it's just about getting the implementation time done. We're going to try to do something kind of like a smart-ish loot system where some special stats have hierarchical relationships to others so that they kind of narrow the range as like if you get one stat, then the types of stats you can roll with them a little bit different. And then we'll reevaluate. So we may find that combining these couple things together make the loot beams work the way we want them to, as opposed to right now it's kind of an eyesore.
Oh man, and I think we actually just noticed, is Mel's video playing right now, buddy? We want to make sure that everyone can see. So every week we do something special. I forgot to announce it before, but we have an art video that's
Oh,
actually
yeah,
being
yeah.
shown. and all the things. And
Watch
so you
the
can see
art.
right here. You can see here we have animating a new skin that's going to come out in the future, not in the close future, but in the far future. So you can kind of watch some of our artists work while we do the stream. So
I don't
this
wanna
is
do the
going
stream.
It's exciting.
I don't want to leave the stream.
Time is up.
I know.
You're 1 minute past.
I don't leave until Jeff walks in. How about that? Jeff,
I
if
think
you're
he's
listening.
right
No.
I don't know.
Alright.
Alright, we'll see. Alright, we'll get one more question in. So, will you give us the ability to customize or set more video options?
Error 404 viewers. Sorry, I thought that
Oh, that's true. It looks like error 44. Customize more video options like bloom, light beams, colorblind mode, or more.
I'm sorry.
Are
I was
you paying
reading.
attention
I do. I am.
They're
I
just
am.
staring at
Well,
what
because
are
I
these-
saw the 404
They're
thing.
all
and
they're
it
doing
was-
is typing hashtag.
Well, now they are. They were talking a second. All right, sorry. Say it again. I'm good.
Will
I'm
you
good.
give us the ability to customize, set more video options such as bloom, light beams, colorblind mode, etc.?
The answer is yes. When we do them and which ones we do is a little bit dependent on difficulty and requests from you, honestly. New people to the game will realize that we do, and you've probably seen me posting a lot in the forums, there's a number of others that do too. We read the forums a lot, we do votes a lot, and oh, Butters, that's too bad. It's hard now. We read the forums a lot, and we post a lot, and we do notice patterns of things that players are asking for. So the impetus for us to do those things maybe sooner can come from you guys saying, hey, these are really important to us. We do have someone on our team, you've probably seen him before if you've been around, Jay. Jay is one of our senior designers, and he actually has colorblind, I believe. So he doesn't see certain things, and we've talked, and he's actually been one of the people that have pushed trying to get a little more colorblind protection into the game. It's not a cheap feature for us to build. It takes a lot of time on content to kind of go through and figure out what we're going to do and implement, but those features are going to come on as we continue through Alpha and Beyond. Alpha and Beyond, wasn't that one of our passions?
That was. That's why I call it that.
Yeah, so now we're in the Beyond.
So we'll get one more question in before you have to go, which is, when are you planning to have the weather system finished? That's really a double question because we have this question from the comments. The question is in general about Influence Week, and the two in specific that are asked here are the weather system and Hero Marketplace.
So the weather system has actually been heavily worked on in the last 2 milestones. Though, and this is something about Influence Week that I don't know was necessarily always obvious to everyone that was participating. So real quick history, Influence Week was, before we went free to play, it was a period of time where we basically had the entire studio stop what they were doing for a weekend. Anyone could work on whatever they wanted. There were no restrictions. Some people worked on things they'd always wanted to do. Some people collaborated and did crazy, idea projects like a PvP prototype. But all the work was broken, hacky, hey, just see if we can prove this stuff out really quick. And one of our tech artists / engineers, Cliff, he created this really awesome weather prototype, which you can see on our website and our influence system. Yep. And so we've been taking that and implementing it for like 3 months. Since Influence Week, that's been in progress. There's a lot of technical.
Pretty much just by Cliff.
No. I mean, there's
Brian's been working on it.
There's been
Brian
Brian,
and
Josh has
Josh.
been involved. We've had 3D art involved for some of the fissured things on the maps, which you guys haven't seen yet, so I'm leaking that, I guess. I do that sometimes.
They're like fissures. What are fissures for? It's just one word leak.
Well, you can think about what that may or may not be. But anyways, there's a lot of content, plus honestly some really big technical things that we have to add to the game. You
And
don't.
some that have already gone in. Actually.
Yeah, you may not notice that. You won't notice this as a user because you don't see the effects. But the weather system is actually already in the game when it comes to the technology that powers it.
Mm-hmm.
There's this dynamic material system, material system we've added that changes how we can swap things out in maps. All that was committed, integrated in. We had a lot of bugs that came in that you guys luckily did not see, where things were crashing or things weren't displaying right, and we spent weeks fixing them. And now that's in the build. So the content team is now leveraging the weather system and then creating rules for how it will turn on and off. We have at least one done right now. We actually are pretty happy with where it's at. We're working on 2 more. We're trying to get to a certain critical mass, probably 3. I think we're shooting for 2 or 3 for the initial release, and then we're going to turn it on, and it'll be on certain maps. Certain maps will have a chance to do this. Right now, where most of that is in endgame. So players that are in the end game, basically it helps create more variety for your end game experience.
After
and
you've
then
seen
we'll
all
be,
the maps, 2, 3 times already, you get into end game, and then you start to have some
Yes.
variety, which will be really nice.
But then we're going to start moving it up. We're going to start adding it to different parts of the experience so that everyone can see things like a map that snows or something. But super, super cool. The other thing that you were talking about was the new tavern.
Yes.
Which has also been in development for about a month and a half or 2 months. Again, the tavern was done really fast. It was a prototype to prove it out. We've gone through and done some level designing work on it. You guys see them in the dev blogs, the Diaz brothers. They're working on doing all the deco for that. They've been like fleshing it out and adding more material in there, and we have some 3D artwork that's been done. So I don't know exactly when that's going to release. It's still kind of a long path. It's a big update for us, but it's been in development for about a month or so. And we're really excited to get that in because it's a much cooler opener space. And opener, is that a word? Yeah, it's a word. More open space.
Open.
Opener is a baseball term. It's not the way, it doesn't matter. And then you can go and walk around the big tavern, so that's pretty exciting. And I see Phil looking behind me and now
We're ready. I just want to do the reveals. I don't want you to leave, but I would like to
See
do the
people on
reveals.
those social towers.
All right, guys.
I really like you. All right, thanks, Brad, for coming on.
It was a lot of fun. I'll see you guys maybe next week.
Yeah, you'll be
And,
here next week.
yeah.
I won't be here next week, so.
All right, cool. All right, everybody, see you later.
All right, guys. So now we have one of our level designers, Jeff Bickle, is going to be coming in.
Or Phil will just keep going on his
I'll
own.
go by myself. It's a solo Phil show. Oh man.
Nope. Now it's the
Nope. Oh, forget 2 seconds. All right, guys. For everyone who hasn't met him, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jeff Pickle.
It's been a long time since.
It's been a minute, yeah.
It's been a minute since.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so
Quite a minute.
we're just gonna go right. We're gonna go right into
All right,
it.
let's do this.
We're gonna go right into the reveal. So can you play the video?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let it roll. What's like the terminology when they tell people to play videos on TV show? Like on like a talk show.
They do like.
We'll cut to the clip. Right?
Yeah, let's
yeah,
cut
we'll
to
cut
the
to a
clip.
clip.
Look at that clip right
All
now.
right, guys, let's cut to the clip.
Is it over here? Is it over there?
No, this is the wrong one. Close this one down. Wrong clip. Quick. All right, good.
All right.
That's
No
what
one saw
played
that.
it. No one saw that.
A lot of people might have seen that.
Okay.
A lot of
But
people
it's-
saw it, but it was not spoiled.
All right.
You want to?
All right.
Just
Snoopy?
imagine you didn't see that.
Yes. Imagine you didn't see that.
All right.
Follow the schedule. That's the last reveal. Okay,
All
cool.
right.
So guys, so what we're here to talk about today, we're gonna do a full reveal next week. So for you guys who've been on, you already know. For those who are not, the week before patch, the Friday before patch, we always do a big reveal where we sit on the stream and play the patch with you guys. You can see it. Maybe Jeff will join us again to actually play it. since we've been working
We'll
on it.
see, yeah.
We'll see. So, but we're revealing to you one of the fly-throughs of one of the maps. So why don't you tell them what they're seeing here?
Yeah, this looks like a fly-through of one of our spooky Halloween maps.
Yeah.
Which are our terrifying, haunting, thematic maps that are coming out for our Halloween event. Starting October 27th, I believe.
Yes, October
Yeah.
27th. So this is the Grave Danger event.
Right.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about what the event is and what they're going to have to face?
Sure. So we've got 2 haunted maps. You're gonna fight through one and the other. You're gonna fight a couple newish mini bosses.
Yeah.
One very new mini boss, and then the last one, the last map will be set up sort of like an incursion, where you've got a big bad boss at the end.
Cool. So there's basically a new mini boss.
New mini boss, yeah.
Cool boss things. This is basically kind of like incursions. So they're
Yeah,
different
yeah.
play style. I think the second map has some interesting things we haven't done before.
Yeah, there's a couple surprises secreted away in both maps, as well as the sort of a new take on sub objectives, if you will, in that second map.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let players sort of figure that out as it happens, I believe.
Yeah, so it's going to be really exciting, and I think this is our first. How long? When did we release our last map? Do you remember?
Ooh, it was.
That was with Betsy. That
It
was
was
the Betsy
Betsy, was
map.
that-
So that was April.
Was that? Yeah, I was gonna say April, early
April.
May, maybe.
Yeah, so April,
Yeah.
May, June, July,
Too long.
August, September, October.
Yeah.
So it's been 6 months since we've released maps. So we're releasing 2 maps now. Yes, it is actually 2 different maps.
Yep.
So their layouts are completely different. They're
Their
both
layouts are-
spooky themed though.
Yeah, they're both terrifying, but
Yeah.
but they are different maps.
Yep, so 2 terrifying different maps that are coming out for you guys. Are they going to have a normal mode to play on or just an event mode?
The normal mode will be available after the event
Okay.
ends, but for the event, it's just going to be the event mode.
Just the,
But it will be available across all difficulties, so that people who are just starting now might not be up to in-game levels by then. They'll have a chance to play and participate in the event as well.
So we have a question from Monster Duncan T, who wants to know:
Monster
Are
Duncan
these
T.
maps seasonal only, or are they going to be permanent additions to the game?
They're going to be permanent additions to the game. The events, however, are going to be the event modes are going to be strictly for the season. We might see a riff on them later for an incursion, but for now the event, like the themed event style of the map is seasonal.
So Chaos Grizzly wants to know, is that a scarecrow skin for the monk that the Mel's animating? So the answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It's not going to be for Halloween. It's going to be for the future, but it is a scarecrow skin. It's actually not for the monk. Sorry, it's for the apprentice.
Yeah.
You can tell with the staff. It's really cool. So I'm excited to get to that too. All right, cool. I think they've seen enough of Spooky for now. Do we know what the final map names are?
No. I would love to know what the final map names are,
Spooky?
but right now it's just spooky.
It's just Spooky.
Just
Okay,
spooky.
so the temp name Spooky, so you guys are going to get 2 spooky maps very soon on October 27th. Make sure to tune in next week for the big reveal. And it's actually going to be, some people have asked what kind of mobs they are. I am going to say that they are undead mobs.
Oh, yes,
It's
there
going to
are.
be very theming. It's going to,
Yeah.
the second we show you guys some actual gameplay clips, you're going to be like, that looks so cool. I can't wait to play it. And so I'm always like peeking over Jeff's shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
This has definitely
Okay.
been one of my favorite things we've done. I love all the Halloween stuff and just
Yeah. No,
regional
I'm super
frightening
excited.
atmosphere.
Yeah, just the feeling of Halloween is, I think, pretty universally
Yeah.
liked among gamers, so
Yeah.
it's really exciting. Okay, cool. So we do have another tease. We have a lot more stuff to go through, but it's the 45 mark. I know we haven't gotten to a lot of questions yet. We still have the whole lightning round. We're going to try to get to that. But before we start the lightning round, and let me introduce you guys to the lightning round. Lightning round is basically where we get questions from before the stream, and we ask them their yes or no answers. And so we go through them really quick, yes or no. We have a reveal for something that's going to be coming out in the far future for you guys. So this is not this Ascension patch. It's not the patch after that. It's in the future. But to celebrate Open Alpha, we wanted to give you like a really early sneak peek into what Jeff,
early
sneak peek into what Jeff is looking on right now.
Yep.
This is the video that that Butter accidentally played a second ago.
And no one remembers.
Mr. Bubble says, will there be any more boss fights in the future? And this is actually one of them. So let's play the clip. Got it right this time.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to let you watch it maybe 2 or 3 times. We don't want to spoil what it is. You can see it's in blockout mode, so it's still kind of like being experimented on and doing, but this is going to be the next boss fight, and
Looks a little bit like a Lego playset.
it looks like a freaking awesome Lego playset.
I mean, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I would play it too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're adding in the laugh yourself.
Yeah. there is a really good laugh in the video, but we don't have sound.
Yeah, there's no sound.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I think that's enough of the sneak peek there. So guys, that will be the next boss. We're not going to reveal what it is. We're not going to talk anymore about it. We're certainly not going to say his name.
Right.
Oh,
let's
we're not.
never say that name.
We're not going to say his name. But yeah, it's gonna be, so it's gonna be really cool and exciting, and I think you guys are gonna like it a lot. It's gonna be pretty unique.
Yeah.
Do you say so?
Yeah, I think we're doing a lot to try to set it apart
Yeah.
from what we've done before.
Cool. All right. So with that, we're gonna go into lightning round. We do have some more stuff to talk about after that, but I want to make sure that we get lightning round done.
Turned my
Let's
lightning.
see. Yeah, we'll see if you. It's a large lightning round.
Oh.
So we'll see. All right, guys. Let the lightning round commence. Are legendary pets stronger than powerful pets?
Yes.
Will cannonball towers or training dummies be getting any passives?
Almost certainly yes.
Do you have any plans on having the veterinarian, the expensive service of forecasting a pet's egg tier offered?
No specific plans for that, but we want to do
More stuff with
some more stuff with the veterinarian.
Yes. Will there be emotes?
I would love some emotes.
Will there be a way to acquire previous monthly pets in the future?
I don't think we're giving away old monthly pets for anything. I think if you get it in a month, that's going to be a unique thing.
And there might be in a long time, maybe we do something, we'll see. But
Right,
for right
right.
now, the monthly pet is the monthly pet.
Right, and we'll always make sure that the people who did it
Yep.
in the month are able to show it.
Yep. Will we be able to rename heroes in the future?
I'd love that ability.
Any chance we get an I Am Isom skin for the apprentice?
How about all 4 heroes?
All 4 heroes? I think so too.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Is there a good reason Grumpy doesn't have the empower stats like the other pets?
A good reason? No.
Do you plan on adding physical AoE damage defenses in the future?
Training dummy is physical AoE. It's
Yeah.
not, I mean, let's make that better before we add new ones.
Josh is like, wait, what? I am Isom skins?
It's fine, we own your likeness.
So we have a quick interruption of the lightning round. This is a question from M, the guy who says, where can I find skeleton special enemies?
You'll be able to find a lot of them in the spooky Halloween event.
Yep. And before then, they're random on the max, right?
And
So-
before then, it's roll a bunch of dice.
All right. Do Serenity or Frost Towers have any interaction with crit whatsoever?
Shrug. Maybe.
Any chance on seeing an Earth Shatter buff soon?
I would like an Earth Shatter buff. I really like the Earth Shatter Tower, so I'll try to make it happen.
Are there any plans to give Grumpy? Are there any
They
plans
really
to
want to
give
be
Grumpy
empowered.
power stats like all the other pets?
I hope so.
Will there be any weapons whose damage scales with weapon stats instead of hero stats?
We want to do interesting things with weapons in the future. I wouldn't rule it out.
Yep. Will challenges similar to DD1 be making a return, moving core, etc.?
I think we want to expand our incursion system to be more of to have some things that feel more like DD1 challenges in the future.
Now we have another question from the chat. This is from Ray's Invasion. He says, will the PS4 get the new maps? Yes, just
Yes.
not at the same time as the PC version. The PS4 version is slowly catching it. Are more unique weapons that only drop in one place being planned, like the Betsy weapons or Mobile Moxie from DD1?
Again, yes.
Yes.
I would point them to
The spooky.
the spooky event. Yeah.
Will PS4 owners also get 40 pet slots when open alpha begins? Yes.
All right. Yes, they will.
Are there plans to release new Uber Spheres?
Yes, there are.
Yes. Are there any plans to give some more love to melee DPS heroes in the future?
Yeah.
Yes, with spooky. I love
With the
one
spooky event. Yeah. Just tie it all in.
Would it be possible to make items not collected by auto loot go to the scavenger?
I think the scavenger is a pretty complicated subject
Yeah.
right now. We're still trying to figure out how to make you guys love them as much as we do.
Yeah, but for right now, the scavenger's for dropping stuff off the map and those kind of things. Are incursions the new challenge mode, or will we see a return of challenges?
I think for now, incursions are the new
Yeah.
challenge mode, but we want
So-
to roll in some different style.
Yeah,
things.
if there is a challenge type thing, it'll be in incursions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Will we get trophies for our tavern like in DD1?
That'd be really cool.
That would be really cool. Will we see item sets that grant you more bonuses based on the number of pieces of the set you're wearing?
We've talked about item sets internally in the past. I think we're in the mindset now that we want to just get a lot of mix and match going before we look at them again.
Will changes to the hero deck happen next month?
I don't know what's next month, November.
Next month, yeah, but they will happen.
They'll happen eventually.
Will we eventually see different weapon types now that you've implemented different projectiles and swing speeds?
Yes, yes, you will.
Will there ever be a feature to send next wave before one wave ends?
I don't think with the way our game works that can happen without a huge
Solid
technical
no.
thing. Solid no.
Will there ever be more screen resolutions?
Probably.
Okay. Any plans to ever fix legacy gear? Probably.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will end of match stats be made easier to understand?
We want to do an end of match stats pass
Yes.
pretty soon here, so yes.
Currently, pet abilities cannot be rerolled. Are there any plans on making it rerollable in the future?
Possibly. I'm not the guy to ask.
Will we see some form of cosmetic weapons or transmogrification, for lack of a better word?
I would like that. I'm not sure.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Would it be possible to add skin packs for towers?
Tower skins are definitely
Yeah.
coming.
Yep. What about classes with unique abilities like the summoner? Definitely be doing some unique classes.
Yeah, unique classes will be down the line of that.
Will there be a fix soon for the items beams of light dropping FPS invisibility?
Yes, hopefully very soon, but we'll see.
Will we get a patch in the next few months to stabilize FPS more?
I think we're always working stabilization stuff into our patches.
If I choose not to loot an item, yet there are multiple items stacked on top of each other, will it be possible to implement a hotkey action to cycle next nearest item while standing near the item in question?
That's a really good suggestion.
Possibly. I think we're also going to try to do other stuff so that problem's not as pervasive.
Yeah, I
in
think.
the game.
Yeah.
The Cobalt mini boss Explodinator always kills itself before I can kill it, resulting in no loot. Is this thing supposed to be like the treasure goblin from Diablo 3?
A little bit. It's
A
just
little bit.
it's just something you need to kill fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the Hunter's Tower range stat supposed to not affect traps?
Traps aren't towers.
Yeah. So,
But
yeah, and a very grumpy cat points out for a previous question that pet abilities, I believe they can be re-rolled, so you may not have the right items for them. It might be broken, maybe there's like a
Okay.
bug or something in, but there is a pet re-roll,
Alright.
pet ability re-roll option in the game. Are there any plans to release the collector's edition tower skin sometime in the next few months? In the future, but I don't know the time range.
yeah, I don't have a time frame.
So far, gems have had the best prices in bundles. Will you ever reduce the prices of gems in the stop, or have a sale on them to come close to matching the prices in the bundles?
I think they're always gonna have the best prices. in
Yeah,
bundles,
so the
right?
bundles are always going to be the best prices. And actually, guys, I want to make sure you're very aware the bundles have really great deals right now because
Mhm.
it's super early in early access. and as we move through alpha and through beta, those deals are going to get not quite as good. So there's a Grave Danger thing that's limited to 11.2, and then all the current packages are going to end, you'll notice on the Steam Store, 11.10, and we're going to put up new packages, and those new packages will not have as good of a deals on currency as these packages. So it's kind of like a thank you for supporting us early. If you bought in before we were free, you got a really, really great deal. You buy in now when we're just starting free, you get a really good deal.
Plus
and
you get the 4 best skins.
Exactly, and you get 4 awesome
Costumes.
skins. Costumes.
Sorry.
Good call. Good catch.
Yeah.
All
Gotta
right.
stay on message.
And as the future, it's going to kind of normalize the amount of gems that you get in the game. So will there ever be a way to reroll item stats?
It's something we've talked about.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's something we're investigating.
The session update broke chat initiated by the tab key, and you have to type "say" in front of every message unless you use the other chat with enter. Will we be seeing
Yeah.
a fix for this soon?
Very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we have an increase in skeletons for the monthly? Maybe instead of ogres in the 2 maps?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, you will.
A lot. Will there be costume or accessory sales? Yeah, that's something we'll probably do in the future.
Can't imagine us not
Yeah.
having stuff on sale.
That's the Steam thing, right? It's
Yeah.
on sales. Alright, so are there plans for a barbarian or barbarian?
Barbarian, I like.
the barbarian for
Barbarian,
sure.
yeah.
Since they're working. Will there be maps from DD1?
We don't have specific plans yet. I think DD1 and DD2 are real different games where the map sort of, what works for one doesn't work for another. So if we see a good opportunity, maybe, but at this point, there's no plans.
Cool. Will we ever be able to transfer passes from one item to another?
Possibly. We are investigating it. But
Will we be able to reroll a pet's elemental damage?
I'm gonna stick that one on the pet reroll then. I'm not sure.
He's not the pet guy, so I
Yeah,
guess.
not the pet guy, sorry.
And the last one is for me, any chance of adding the Bone Collector title to the achievement pane for anyone who purchases all 4 skins and the pet and gamer gems? No, unfortunately the Bone Collector title is for if you get the Grave Danger costume pack.
Gotta give him a reason to get the pet.
Whew. Yeah, alright, cool. That was
Yeah.
a lot of lightning round questions.
Done and done.
Done
You're
and
really
done.
good at the lightning round.
You did, you owned
You
it.
tell Brad that you're better.
Yeah.
Well, I tell Brad that I'm better than him every day.
That was a good high five.
Yeah.
Alright, so what we have to announce now is actually an influence vote. This influence vote is going to be going up today. It's only going to be up for a few days. We haven't said the exact amount, but it's just a few days. And this is about campaign normal.
Yep.
So if you guys notice in Josh's survey that he's spreading around today, that's going to go out with the influence vote. Right now, we had campaign normal balanced really well. I think was it 2 patches ago?
2 patches, yeah.
We had
but
like
then-
100 people come into the office and we had them all play and we watched them play and we balanced it. But then we added in the stats system and we added
that
in weapon
changed
variety.
everything, yeah.
We added in weapon variety. We made all the towers more powerful. And we knew beforehand
Mhm.
that was going to throw off the balance of the game, especially the early game. Kind of made the end game maybe a little better, but it made
Yeah.
the early game just way too easy. So we're taking baby steps in terms of making it more difficult because until we get a lot of people in to
Right.
test it,
We don't wanna make it overly difficult at first.
exactly, yeah. So there's always a balance there. So Josh just posted the survey again, but can you tell them a little bit about what we did in this last hotfix to increase difficulty?
Yeah, so we took a very safe approach for this one. We just we increased enemy levels pretty
Mhm.
much across the board through campaign. We played through a couple times on each
Yeah.
map to make sure that the range felt right, and we just want to take small steps to get it
So
honed
it
in.
was
rather
here.
than-
Now it's
yeah.
like here.
Yeah,
So normal might be here. We'll see. We
Yeah,
don't
well,
know. But
we'll figure that out.
So basically, the question for you guys is one about what does normal mean in Dungeon Defenders, and that's influence vote. And so the 2 options are you think normal is good as is. So if you guys can go back and play with fresh eyes, the new hotfix that we just put out, and let us know if you feel like that is normal. Get a friend to play it if you have a friend who hasn't played DD1. Try to think about it some, and does that feel normal to you? If you think it feels, about right, it needs to be tweaked a little, but it's good, then vote to keep it normal. If you think that it would have been more fun if you had more of a challenge, then vote for give us more of a challenge.
Yeah, and a vote for it's dead on is not like a vote for
Yeah.
it's perfect. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not for
Right.
it's perfect. It's like it
close.
needs to change. It can
Yeah.
go a little above maybe, but you have the right idea. And I want a challenge. Is like no, it's not a challenge. And then
Yeah.
also, what's equally important is influence votes. So past influence votes have really just been about the vote. It's like, do you want A? Do you want B? And we've done that. But this influence vote is also about the comments. And we have a question in there that's really important, which is what does difficulty mean for you in Dungeon Defenders 2? So Dungeon Defenders 2 is a game with 3 genres. action, tower defense, and role playing. I'm gonna call role playing loot. And each of those genres have different kinds of difficulty. So if you look at a normal tower defense game, you normally fail a map your first time through. That's standard.
Yeah.
You would retry quickly, but you fail, and then you learn the strategy and you decide what to do. Action games are all about the twitch,
Right.
and it's like you're gonna fail because you
didn't react fast.
You didn't react fast enough, exactly. So I'll give examples of these two. So reacting fast enough is like maybe you didn't upgrade your barricade fast enough, or you didn't kill a javelin thrower,
Yeah, you
right?
didn't notice that wyvern flying.
Exactly. So that's the action part. The tower defense part is like you just set up a map wrong. You put, a lane was physical resist, and you put magic stuff on it, and that just didn't work, and it fell apart. And then the other one is a role playing game, a loot game, and those are all based on gear checks. So it's not usually you play Diablo. It's not difficult because especially early on, it's not difficult because you don't have skill or you don't have strategy.
Right.
It's difficult because you haven't found the right items yet.
And especially the first time you're going through the campaign, you don't
Exactly.
put a lot of hard
Yeah.
gear checks, right?
Exactly. So the question for you guys is, what in normal should that difficulty be? Which one of those should it be? And I think for those of you who've been with us for a long time, you've noticed that we've kind of experimented with all of them.
Yeah.
There's a period of time where that action part was really a large component of the difficulty of the whole game, where you had all your team work with friends, and if all four of you weren't repairing that blockade, then you were done.
Dark times.
Yeah, dark times. We've also had periods of time where it's been very heavily focused on the tower defense strategy, and what we've often found about that when that turns really difficult is that people just feel like it's a gear check because they're not using necessarily the right strategy. The right strategy is not apparent to people. And then gear checks, of course, feel like gear checks.
Yeah.
So the question is, what do you guys think? We're going to take your feedback. We're going to take the survey. We're going to take the vote.
Yeah,
and we're
please
gonna,
comment on it.
Yeah, please comment. Please let us know what you think. We're going to take all that information. We're going to do another pass at campaign normal. We might add in other difficulties, maybe. We don't know. We'll see based on what
It's
you
on
said.
the table.
Yeah, it's certainly on the table. And then we're also going to take this information and continue to consult with you guys and ask you questions as we balance the rest of the game.
Yep.
Have anything else to say about difficulty?
No, I think it's always going to be a moving target, but hopefully we're honing in on something that feels good.
Cool. So we do have a couple. We're gonna take a few more questions from the chat. I want to
yeah.
thank all of you guys for tuning in. I want to remind everyone that if you stay tuned after, we have the Social Tavern. This is when our lovely community manager, I Am Isom, along with our Casters Guild, a group of awesome streamers who basically are dedicated to streaming DD2, and you should learn all of their names and make friends with them. They basically talk about what we revealed today, so I think they're going to go over a few things, which would be really cool. I Am Isom better not tell you anything more about the boss on the stream. That was just a nice little tease. Get speculated about it while his lips are tied shut. Like
we can sew them shut if we need.
We could. We need to go over to North Carolina and sew Josh's mouth shut. But let's take a couple more questions from the forum. So from the comments. So here's one from Ice36BC. Are there going to be any more character resets? No.
No. Yeah.
No more character resets. We're in open alpha. It's being operated just like it's any other game. It's not any other game that's released. It's still in early access, but you can't. There's no more resets.
Your progress is safe.
You're safe.
Yeah.
Unless we get hacked.
I mean, that's not our
Yeah,
fault.
anyways, I'm just watching too much Mr. Robot. I put that. I just have.
Why is everyone
That's
watching
exciting.
Mr. Robot?
It's
It's
so
so
good,
good.
dude. It's so
Do I
good.
need to watch Mr. Robot?
You do
Yeah.
need to watch
Okay.
it
Alright.
this weekend.
All right.
You'll finish it and come.
Just
you'll come,
marathon it on
just
Sunday.
marathon it and then
Okay.
come back in and be like, you're
All right.
right.
You're just, that's all I'll talk about for a week.
8 episodes in an entire night.
So we have a question here, which is, any plans on letting us change rewards in between rounds and Onslaught?
I think we're gonna have another look at how Onslaught handles things in the future, but I don't think there's any plans in the immediate future for that.
So we have a question here, which is, what about loot resets? So once again, there's no loot resets planned, just like
Right.
there's no character wipes planned, but just like any other role-playing game, if a piece of loot goes in that's super OP,
Yeah.
or we want to buff other things of loot, that stuff will happen. But
Find a way to get a sword with max int damage.
Exactly, yeah. So, stuff like that will happen, but there's not going to be any resets or wipes. It's not going to be like where we say, hey guys, we're getting rid of all loot, just
No more loot.
have fun, no more loot. We decided that it's not an
Dungeon
RPG
Defenders 2,
anymore.
babies.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
baby version. Actually, the game was really, not because there wasn't loot, but it was because it was balanced so precisely. You were able to have such a more
Yeah.
finer tuned control over what the gameplay experience was. Interesting. If you guys ever get to play one of our packed demos or something where it's
Right.
really
It's
tuned, it
really
feels really
tight.
good. Yeah, Jeff sits there for like a week,
Yeah,
just
just
tightly
fiddling
tuning
knobs.
the
Yeah.
one thing, and it feels really good. Does anyone's game crash when going full screen and changing resolution? Yes,
I
a
hope
lot
not.
of people's
Oh.
games do. Ooh, yeah,
That
it
doesn't
is
sound
something.
good.
It is something we're fixing, and it is on the very high priority list to fix that issue. Is there any plans to bring back PvP?
I would love to bring back PvP. I was on the PvP influence
Yeah.
team.
A lot of people would love to bring PvP. There's no plans right now. Our focus
Yep.
is full on PvE,
Yeah.
full on tower defense.
We want to
But,
get the core game feeling
yeah,
as good
exactly.
as we can.
Exactly. So no distractions, no PvP,
Yep.
except for Influence Week. We're allowed to do whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
No distractions right now, but there's certainly lots of people in the office.
That's
who
a
wanna
question
do
after my
PvP.
own heart.
Cool. So thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, the Grave Danger costume pack is only on sale till 11/2. Remember that next week we're gonna have a reveal. Jeff's gonna be here.
What?
I'm just telling you,
Oh,
yeah, you
okay,
are.
cool.
He's
Under
gonna
the
be
bus?
here. He's gonna throw you under the bus. He's gonna reveal to you Ascension Part 2, which you guys are gonna really love. I promise you, it's a really fun event.
Cool. As long as I'm showing stuff they love.
Yeah, you're
Like
showing
that.
stuff they're
Cool.
allowed. and then in addition to that, tune into the Social Tavern and see what they have to say about us. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks for playing.
Yeah.